As we eagerly await the release of Elder Scrolls 6, there's growing excitement that our next grand adventure will take us to the vast and intriguing province of Hammerfell. This video serves as your ultimate preparation guide. Join me as I explore this captivating land, its legendary Redguards, and the epic tales that have shaped its past. Whether you are a seasoned Elder Scrolls veteran or a newcomer to Tamriel, knowing the story of Hammerfell will enrich your expectations and ready you for the adventures that lie ahead in Elder Scrolls 6. Grab a cup of your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's begin. Hammerfell, also known as Völunnfell in Dwemerys, Hegath in Aldmeris, and Deathland in Nedic, is a vast province in the west of Tamriel. It is bordered by High Rock to the north, Skyrim to the northeast, and Cyrodiil to the east and southeast. Hammerfell is the homeland of the Redguards, and has been traditionally ruled by a high king or queen, such as the Sad II or Izara. Once a province of the Empire of Tamriel, Hammerfell became a sovereign nation in 4E 175, after its rejection of the White Gold Concordat. The landscape of Hammerfell is diverse and expansive, covered by vast jungles, wooded mountain ranges, subtropical grasslands, humid swamps, and arid deserts. The desolate Alakir Desert is one of Hammerfell's most well-known regions, occupying the northwest corner of the province. Rivers such as the Irk, Nilada, and Tark flow through Hammerfell, characterized by ginkgo trees. Hammerfell is especially notable for being the home of the Redguards, a race of men known for being cunning warriors and skilled swordsmen. Before them, the Dwemer, Needs, Keptu, and giant goblins once occupied Hammerfell, and the Arsamer have lived there since the Merithic era. The history of Hammerfell began long before the arrival of the Redguards. The land between the Iliac Bay and the Gold Coast of Cyrodiil was called Hegath, meaning Deathlands, in Aldmeris. The Aelid elves set up coastal settlements in the southern portion of what is now Hammerfell, though none survived into the Third Era. The Dwemer became the first to fully settle Hammerfell in 1E 420. The Rorken clan of Dwemer left their Morrowind brethren after the formation of the First Council alliance between the Dwemer and the Chimer. Legend has it that the leader of the Rorken threw his hammer, Volendrung, and built Völunnfell, the capital of the western Dwemer, where it landed. Other famous Dwemer cities include the Citadel on the island of Stros M'Kai and Fang Lair in the Dragon Tail Mountains. After the Battle of Red Mountain and the disappearances of the Dwemer in 1E 700, their cities were lost to looters, professional expedition groups, the Falmer, and the elements of nature. Savage beasts that had once kept at bay by the Dwemer returned to Hammerfell following their disappearance. The arrival of Ra Gada, Warrior Wave, in 1E 808 marked the beginning of a modern era for Hammerfell, leaving their homeland of Yakuta following its decimation in the early 800s. The Ra Gada first landed on the Isles of Herne, and then continued onto the other eastern isles, and to the mainland by way of the Hughes Bane Peninsula. The Redguards, as the Ra Gada came to be called, were a fierce and warlike people, and easily conquered the Breton and Imperial peoples, along with the savage beasts and beastfolk of the province. Due to their warrior prowess, the Redguards managed to capture all of Hammerfell in a few battles. They quickly built cities atop the ruins of newly conquered cities, and ancient ones alike, and within a matter of years the province was theirs. The Imperial, Nord, and Breton peoples did not forgive the Redguards after the conquest of their lands, and skirmishes continued along the borders for the rest of the century. Only when the Osimer nation of Ossinium appeared to challenge their dominance did the Redguards join forces with the Bretons, an alliance of the Sword-Singer Order of Diagna, led by Gaiden Shinji, the Kingdom of Daggerfall, led by King Joil, and the armies of Sentinel, began an epic siege of Orsinium in 950, After 30 years of constant warfare, the Orc kingdom proved to be too much for the Alliance. This shared battle led to improved diplomacy between the Redguards and their neighbors. The Redguards opened their borders for trade and to assist other nations in their own wars, such as the alliance with Bendu Olo of the Cyrodiilic kingdom of Anvil against the Slode. Bringing in experience from their native Yakuta, the Redguards were able to tame the harsh land and thrive where others perished. Their culture, religion, and even government were transplanted whole to the new land, and their civilization flourished. The new environment did, however, bring about change. The Yoku language was replaced with the common tongue of Tamriel to better trade with their neighbors, and some of the Ra-Gada gods, minor deities in particular, began to take on more Tamrielic aspects. Many of the lower class Yoku and the Ra-Gada wanted to adapt and assimilate to the ways of their new land, while the upper class and the Na-Tutambu, or ruling class, wanted to keep their traditional ways. Cities along the border, such as Sentinel in the north and Rihad in the south, adapted particularly fast to the new Tamrielic culture. Trade and cultural interaction encouraged assimilation, and the peoples in those areas became increasingly imperial. Over time, their views and customs differed enough from that of the traditional Redguards for them to separate into a wholly new socio-political faction, the Forebears. Tension between the factions continued to build for the next 2,000 years. In 862 of the Second Era, High King Thasad II died of natural causes, and the province plunged into a bloody civil war between the Crowns and the Forebears. Prince Aetor, heir to the throne of Hammerfell, led the Crown forces against the Forebears. Just as the Crown victory appeared certain, the Forebears made a pact with Tiber Septim, who agreed to send his forces to Hammerfell to defeat Aetor, in exchange for Hammerfell's allegiance to the Septim Empire. Tiber crushed the weakened Crown forces and took mainland Hammerfell. Aetor and the local Crown forces were forced to flee to Stros Makai, an island fortress in the south of Hammerfell. At the Battle of Hunding Bay, Aetor met the forces of Tiber Septim in a magnificent naval battle. Just as the Crown forces were about to defeat the Imperial Navy, Dram, a famous Dunmer assassin, shot Prince Aetor with a poisoned arrow. The dragon, Nephalilagus, thrall of the Empire, burned down the remaining Redguard forces, and with them, the hopes of Hammerfell's sovereignty. Tiber Septim garrisoned Imperial forces in each of Hammerfell's cities and installed Imperial governors to rule the province. Shortly after, in 2E 864, rebellion again arose on Stros Makai. Cyrus, a Redguard mercenary, defeated first Nephalilagus and then Governor Amiel Ricton, forcing Tiber Septim to sue for peace with Hammerfell. The Empire conceded to let Hammerfell keep many of their traditions and government, and removed the imperial garrisons and governors from the provinces. Cyrus, Sura, in the Yoku tongue, was the center of many legends. Many Redguard considered him an incarnation of the Hunding, the Yakudan, god of make way and perseverance over infidels, due to his defeat of the Empire at Stros Makai. Additionally, there were legends of him battling the Dunmer god Vivek among the wreckage of Yakuta. The coming of the Empire only widened the rift between the Crowns, who are the traditionalists and forebears' views, whose customs differed from the traditional Redguards. When the Cameron usurper, a member of the Cameron dynasty, Haemon Cameron, as he was originally known, later known by Cameron Hart King, marched on Hammerfell, the Crowns refused assistance to their forebear brethren in Rihad and Tanith, leading to their defeat in the fall of southern Hammerfell in the Battle of Dragontooth in 3A 253. The Cameron usurper decimated much of western Hammerfell until he was finally defeated by the Navy of High Rock. Neither did the forebears come to the assistance of the Crowns in 3E 396, when the Nords attacked Hammerfell in what was known in the Third Era as the War of Bender Mock. That division left Hammerfell weakened. allowing the Nords to capture significant parts of eastern Hammerfell, including the cities of Elenhir and Dragonstar. Dragonstar became divided into 2 district cities, its eastern half controlled by Skyrim, and its western half controlled by Hammerfell. That division remained into the 4th Era. War came again to Hammerfell in 3E 402, when the kingdoms of Sentinel and Daggerfall went to war over who was to control Bettany Island in the Iliac Bay. Priest Vanek of Daggerfall considered the island a holy realm of Kinnereth and refused to cede it to Hammerfell. The High Rock city-state, Reich Gradkeep, agreed to mediate between Lysandus of Daggerfall and Cameron of Sentinel. At those negotiations, Vanek submitted a fake treaty which upset Cameron and eventually plunged the city-state into chaos. Total war erupted between Daggerfall and Sentinel. The war reached its climax at the Battle of Sreingane Field. King Lysandus was slain in the field of battle, and his son Gothrid was crowned King of Daggerfall. King Cameron was likewise slain, and Lord Eresme surrendered to High Rock. In an attempt to cement peace between the rival states of Sentinel and Daggerfall, King Gothrid of Daggerfall was married to Princess Obki of Sentinel, a marriage which eventually resulted in a child, Prince Greklith. By the 4th Era, many of the differences between the crowns and forebears had been resolved, and Hammerfell was in a state of tenuous peace. That peace was disrupted with the arrival of the Aldmeri Dominion and the Thalmor. The Thalmor threatened the Empire with complete destruction unless they agreed to disband the Blades, outlaw the worship of Talos, and return large portions of Hammerfell to the Dominion. Reluctantly, the Empire agreed to the Thalmor terms in the White Gold Concordat. Hammerfell rejected the terms and declared its independence from the Empire. The Redguards of Hammerfell fought the Thalmor into a stalemate, and in 4E 180 the Second Treaty of Stras Mackay was signed, which formally ended the war and declared Hammerfell a sovereign nation. Since then, the province has been in a state of peace. The Redguards have resolved their differences with the Empire and remain close allies. Hammerfell stands as a testament to resilience, unity, and the unyielding spirit of its people. From the ancient dwellers and the arrival of the Redguards, to the fierce battles against foreign invaders and the eventual declaration of sovereignty, Hammerfell's history is a rich tapestry of courage and perseverance. Its diverse landscapes, from the vast Alakir Desert to the vibrant coastal cities, mirror the varied and enduring spirit of its inhabitants. The journey through Hammerfell's past reveals not only the struggles and conflicts, but also the moments of triumph and unity. The Redguards, with their unparalleled warrior skills and deep-rooted cultural heritage, have shaped Hammerfell into a land of proud traditions and unwavering independence. The harmony between the crowns and the forebears symbolizes the possibility of reconciliation and strength in diversity. And so the story of Hammerfell endures, a proud chapter in the ever-evolving saga of Tamriel, where the sands of time continue to whisper the tales of heroes, battles, and an unbreakable spirit. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, as it greatly helps me with the algorithm, and I will see you soon.